Let's get in our feelings a little bit, because I'm going to do something that I'm not relishing, but it needs to be done. I learned over the weekend that one of our favorite players of this generation is done, and that's Mr. Danny Woodhead. Danny Woodhead is done, and guys, you know, there's always the jokes about Woodhead, about the grit, and he's deceptively fast or sneaky athletic, and you know what the real joke is? How good of an athlete Danny Woodhead was. Let's just remind everyone what happened, okay? This guy was at Chadron State, Division II, not invited to the Combine, did not have an invitation. The University of Nebraska, an unprecedented move, allows Danny to come to their pro day, in which Danny Woodhead, the guy who was deceptively fast and everything, blah, 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 he runs a 4.33. I said 4.33, an unheard of time for a running back. Incredible time. The guys who were at the Combine that year, Ray Rice, Jamal Charles, Chris Johnson, ballers. He outperformed them in his workout as a Cornhusker rental. Chadron State, incredible. And then he gets into the league. And guys, I don't know if there's ever been a more relatable player to the guys in the stands, to the guys watching at home, and he got it, too. Danny Woodhead was very self-aware. He told Dan Patrick a few years ago, when I look at myself in the mirror, I don't immediately think NFL football player. And everybody laughed, and it's true. Danny Woodhead was the guy that you watched him, and he reminded me of yourself or of your kid or of your brother. It's a little white guy running out there playing running back and just breaking guys off. An unbelievably cool thing. If you don't like Danny Woodhead, I don't like you. I mean, there's a problem with it, right? No matter what team he went to, the guy sung his praises. It wasn't about his size after a while. He was just a legitimate weapon. Like when the Ravens got Woodhead, it's like, oh, the Ravens aren't messing around. Right. Flacco was like, this is a baller we just got. When the Chargers got him, he put up big numbers. And it's like, I feel like Julio Jones, we understand why he's in the league. Julio Jones won the genetic Powerball, and God bless him for it. All those guys. Fletcher Cox, another guy. Yeah. Danny Woodhead had to scrap his ass off to make it into the league. Did. And he hung in for a decade. And because he did that, and because we like him so much, I mean, he's the guy, you look at him, he looks like a guy who's working the counter at GameStop or something. You know what I mean? Like, this is guy's an NFL superstar.
Gets nachos at the Quickie Mart.
That's him.
That's
yes.
Danny
Worst
Woodhead.
episode ever. And yet there he is breaking off safeties. He had a 4-touchdown game out of Chadron State. So I just think we should play him off properly with a little musical ode. It is the day after St. Patrick's, a couple days after, of course. Can we get a little Danny boy up in here? Can we get some Danny boy? And it can be said, guys, that the greatest respect you can ever earn is the respect of your teammates. And I just want to read you 2 quotes as we play this out from 2 of Danny Woodhead's teammates.
You're going to make me cry. He's one of my favorite players.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady said, I remember his first game. We were kind of joking on the sideline, Bill O'Brien and myself, and we said, the legend is born. We saw him that week in practice, what he was capable of doing, and said, why did the Jets release that guy? Everybody had our back that day, but Danny had it the most. He is the ultimate team player and teammate, dependable, consistent, a pro. That's Tom Brady, the greatest football player ever, talking about Danny Woodhead. How about another quote? Philip Rivers. Philip Rivers, quote, he's a football player, and you've heard me say that before. My dad said the best compliment I can give someone is he's a football player, and that's what Danny is. He just gets it. Unbelievable career to Danny Woodhead. You had it all. You did have the grit, but you had everything else, too. We are going to miss you. Huge, huge respect, Danny boy. You're the man.
That's awesome, man. Good job.
They took Forte from me.
Danny
now Danny Woodhead. Frank Gore, don't you do it. Don't you do it, Frank Gore.
Love you, Danny.
We love you, Danny Woodhead.